Hi, I'm Bernie Hayes, and today we have a very, very special program for a very, very special person. We're going to talk about Charlotte Ottley today on the Bernie Hayes Show. Hi. My guest is a very, very dear friend, very personal friend. Charlotte V.M. Ottley is my guest. Charlotte V.M. Ottley, welcome back to the show.
Thank you so much. This is an honor.
Honor. You're the one usually doing the interviewing on a TV show.
Well,
so
that was ages ago.
It's all right. How you doing?
You're fine. As good as I can be, I say these days.
Why are we here today? Why are we here?
We are here because I want to make, which is hard for me, a public appeal that I need a kidney. Okay. I found out in February of 2018 that I was in the 4th stage of kidney failure. And I kept it a secret, Bernie. I didn't want anybody to know.
Sure, I can understand.
And for a lot of reasons, professional, personal, the whole thing. And finally on my birthday in August, I just asked for help. I asked for help. And it has been outpouring.
So what kind of help do you need, Charlotte? What kind of help do you need?
I need a donor.
Okay.
And because I do not have a bloodline, like family, generations of family, who would be a natural choice, I had to go public and say, is somebody out there that I'm hoping will make that love sacrifice, because they're getting ready to give me part of their life by donating one of their kidneys. We all have 2, and we can function well with 1. So someone saying that they want to share their life with me to help me have a life is something that I am asking for, and I'm glad that you invited me on your show for your audience, for me to make that appeal.
What's the procedure?
You call the number. We'll share with you a number on screen today. When you call, specifically say, I am calling to be screened to donate a donor, to be a donor or kidney for Charlotte Ottley.
Okay, that's at 1-800-633-9906, extension 4?
Exactly.
Okay, and also the hashtag kidney for Charlotte STL. Okay, and the procedure is once they call that number, they'll set up an appointment to be tested?
Well, what they do is they screen you immediately and ask you maybe 10 questions. If that goes well, then they will send you a packet through the mail. And it's a questionnaire. It's pretty lengthy. Complete it as quickly as possible and turn it in. See, time isn't our friend, so we have to do everything expediently. So once they do that, if you've passed their criteria, they invite you in to start getting physical screenings. And that's about 8 tests you have to take. All of this is covered with my insurance. And
so say that again. Let people know that it costs them nothing. It's covered
by your insurance. It doesn't cost you anything but time and love. Those are the only things. And once you're screened, I don't even know who you are until both of us are on a gurney. Because you can pull out all the way to the point that they put anesthesia on you and say, nope, I changed my mind. So to take the anxiousness away from me and great expectations or pressure on you for letting me down, I don't know until actually the day of surgery who you are. And as a donor, you have the opportunity to say the date you want to do it. So it fits your schedule. So when you talk about being out of control and at someone's mercy, this is an interesting experience and feeling for me to be this vulnerable, this needy, and this dependent on other people. But I needed to save my life. And I'm appealing that it's somebody, I just need one It's thousands of people, millions of people, if one of them would step forward. And it's a match.
Sure.
At least I get another 10 to 15 years.
Could be life-saving. You know, you brought some statistics that I feel that most people don't know about, that every day 12 people are waiting for a kidney. Tell us about that, Charlotte.
Okay.
Yeah,
it's a lot going on that they die waiting for a kidney.
Yeah.
12 people every day die waiting for a kidney. More than 100,000 people are on the national kidney transplant waiting list. That's where I am.
Sure.
And
100,000.
100,000. Locally, the number could be lower. Sure. Obviously, it's lower, but it's still in the 800,000 people waiting for their turn to find a match. But only 54% of eligible adults are registered as donors. So it's important that you call the number and you say, I want to be screened to be a donor for Charlotte, because there's so few in the big picture of what we need who are qualified donors, or even say they'll try. And only about 1% die in a manner making organ donation possible.
Okay, so the chance of passing away while doing the donation is almost nil. So
the risks are low when you're there in time.
Knowing Charlotte V.M. Ottley, as I do, and as long as I have known you, I know this has to be crucial and kind of cruciating for you to come on to ask for this life-saving gift. Just knowing who you are a leader. You've done so much. You've done so many things. They have a building name for you, you know. And so that this must be very important. This must be really life-threatening.
It's a major transition in my life.
Yes.
And it's interesting at this stage in my life that I'm experiencing this, but there has been such an outpouring of love, interest, and help that it's a strange feeling, because on one hand, I'm looking at my mortality.
Yeah.
On another hand, the love I'm getting, I'm just happy. I mean, almost 200 people came out as advocates for me on Monday night. I started with maybe a meeting of 12 people that turned into almost 200.
Isn't that beautiful?
So,
tell us some of the people who came out.
Oh, my. Well, as you know, Michael McMillan hosted it, and Dr. Cook with the Jazz Edge Orchestra. Oh, classy.
Don Cook.
The owners of the Mailer Ballroom on Washington Boulevard, they just gave me the facility. That was their love. And the owner went to be screened.
Wow.
So it's the depth of the love. I mean, the Bosman twins performed. Denise Times was there. Ray Goodman and Brown. I mean, they performed their hearts out. And you know how long we've been knowing them.
Yeah, they flew in to do this for you.
And so it was, and the reason we did that is because I want people to know that, yeah, I'm down, but my spirit is up. And the same champion I've been for the purposes and causes that I believe in, I had to turn that inward and be it for myself. So I didn't want an event that people were sad and crying and listening to lectures and that kind of thing. I wanted people to experience me, that this is the way I live my life, and this is the way I'm trying to save my life.
I agree. And we're going to help you save your life, Charlotte.
Thank you.
We're at the New Life Evangelistic Center. Our current address is 2428 Woodson Road in Overland, Missouri. But as you know, we were at 1411 Locust Street in downtown St. Louis, Missouri, where Reverend Larry Rice spent nearly 50 years providing the programs and services that so many needed in the community. But we're doing the same things here at New Life Evangelistic Center, 2428 Woodson Road in Overland, Missouri. And I hope you see these wonderful mugs on the table here. That's a Webster University mug there. This is Harris Stowe State University mug. This is from Obama's inauguration that Dr. Judy Draper brought us, Judge Judy Draper. But this is the Bernie Hayes Show mug. And I hope that you will want one. Hope that you'll take one. Hope that you'll get one, along with this book, Through the Fire. And Reverend Larry Rice will tell you how to do both.
I want to wish you a very Merry Christmas from all the staff of the New Life Evangelistic Center. I'm Larry Rice, and I thank God for all of you that are supporting the Bernie Hayes Show. I'm asking you to please pray at this time and share your special Christmas gift with the New Life Evangelistic Center. It's urgently needed, not only for us to help feed and care for the homeless women and children and veterans that are in need through our various safe houses at this moment, but we're taking major steps of faith to totally get 1411 Locust all fixed up during the daytime so that those that are on the streets can come in all year long. Will you share your very special Christmas gift? And as a way of saying thank you to those that are doing that, if you'll share a gift of $24 or more with this very special mug, that says the Bernie Hayes Show on it, and also the book that I've written that shares with you the trials and tribulations, and yet as how we're moving on to victory right now through reopening 1411 Locust. So we'll send you both of these if you'll send your gift of $24 or more and just request the Bernie Hayes mug and a book Through the Fire. Yes, God is doing a mighty, mighty work. He's opening up doors. We're seeing victories over principalities and powers that want to see the people left out on the street because of their greed. Talk about Scrooges. They don't want those kind of people in the neighborhood, and they don't like the homeless or members of our congregation at 1411 Locust. So I'm asking you to pray for God's victory, God's love, and the spirit of Christmas to touch the hearts of those individuals. They'll stop opposing and start supporting. We can do this as you continue to pray and share with the New Life Evangelistic Center. Remember, your Christmas gift will mean so much at this time. Please send it now to New Life Evangelistic Center, P.O. Box 473, St. Louis, Missouri, that's 63166. And when you send that gift of $24 or more, be sure you ask for the book and the mug. These are real regular keepsakes that I know you're going to enjoy all year long. Again, I want to say thank you to all of you that have been supporting this work, and may God bless you and grant you a very Merry Christmas.
Welcome back. I'm Bernie Hayes, and we're on a life-saving mission here. Today, my guest is Charlotte Ottley, Charlotte VM Ottley, and I always put that VM in there because it's so important.
Right. What
does VM mean? What's that, Charlotte VM Ottley?
Is my middle name. My Charlotte, I was named after my Uncle Charles. Benita, I was named after my aunt. And that was her middle name. Merritt's is my family name.
Right.
And then my
East St. Louis Merritt's?
East St. Louis, Illinois. Merritt's was my family name, and Ottley was my married name.
Sure.
And I just came through a time that you weren't doing hyphenated, and you didn't drop your name because you got divorced, or you didn't add your name because you're independent.
Right.
So I still have Ottley.
That's great. Charlotte, tell us about what we're here today for. We're actually here to seek help.
It's so many ways you can help. So it's two primary ways. Tell somebody. If it's not you, it's somebody. So someplace in your environment, at your church, on your job, on a bus, at Starbucks, tell somebody. By the way, I have a friend who needs a kidney, so if you know anyone, can you please have them step up and give a call? Okay. It's that simple. And
it's painless, isn't it? It's
Well, I don't know. Whenever you're cut on and whenever you go to surgery, it's not painless.
Yeah, but
it's a process that people are up and moving and on again, and it's a new lease on life.
Yeah, and it's done so often that it's not experimental. I mean, everybody knows what they're doing.
No.
Sure.
In fact, the hospitals here are the top-rated hospitals in the country.
That's great.
And, of course, BJC is the number one in this area. St. Louis University has one of the top black surgeons in the country, one of 45, one of the top 45 kidney surgeons. So we're in a good community when you have a problem like this. And now I can also add that you're in a good community to be supported. I've very much, as you know, been private, pretty much alone. It was my mom, dad, and me. Yeah. And we were the threesome, and my family being in business, we all worked very closely together. Right. So I've always had, to me, I thought small circles of friends. But to my blessing, they've been long-standing. And when my parents died, I sort of felt like they had a statement, you can always come home. And I felt that the symbolism of home was gone. Well, this challenge. And, God is good, because for something going on as bad as I'm experiencing, to find home in the hearts of so many people is a new lease on life in and of itself.
Right. Tell us a little bit about Charlotte Ottley, those people who may not remember you on TV and may not have seen you at many functions, civic functions often that you attend or host.
My mother used to say, they would say, Dolores, how many children do you have? And she says, 10. And they looked around, and then she went, all in one.
All in one, yeah.
So I've had multiple careers, but I've been very constant in my careers were to find the best in people and reflect them back to them so that they can expand their image. So I've been a speech pathologist and audiologist, an instructor for physical medicine at multiple universities, medical centers. I've been on TV, radio in both St. Louis and New York. But I've always been a businesswoman.
Yeah.
From a little girl counting pennies in the back of a service station, or sitting in a cab company, or taking my friends over to the Regal Room or the Blue Note or something. So my life has been that of an entrepreneur.
Right, right. And now you're the heartbeat of Michael McMillan.
I tell you, I said God must have sent me back home for 2 reasons, 3 reasons. Catherine Dunham to renovate her grounds, my mother, who was suffering from and ultimately passed, and Michael McMillan. Yeah. This, when I met him, out of all my travels, out of all the things that I had done, I knew this man was magic.
Yeah.
And I mean in a very serious way, far beyond looks, etc. He's a genius. He's a giant of heart and caring.
He's a philanthropist.
I mean, and he gives and gives and gives. And I used to thought that I was the giver. One, because I had it to give, but 2, because I always thought it was better to give than receive, because people weren't as good givers as me. They always had a string attached. So it's like, no, thank you. You don't have to give it to me, because I may not be able to pay you back the way you want me to pay you back. But this guy is, when I met him, within weeks after I met him, I said, I'm not quite sure why I'm here, but I'm going to expand your territory.
And you did.
I mean, we have been a fabulous team. I tease him a lot because he's a jokester. Yeah. And so he's identified my life as Ottleyville. And apparently I live up to it because other people chime right in. But he allows anybody that works with him, he allows you to be yourself. Yeah. And he's able to find that peace that matches his vision and helps you have yours.
And you also had a tenure with Better Family Life, didn't you?
Better Family Life was another one of my passions. I was chairman of their board. Yeah. I would walk through with the hard hats for the dream, park in front of the building and pray. And yes, Malik Ahmed and Deborah are part of my extended family.
But don't forget about Connie.
They gave me Connie. I think she regrets it every day because she can't get rid of me. But she was not only my anchor when my mom was dying, and she adopted me. And she can't get rid of me. She's been trying. She keeps asking me, will you fire me? I mean, she gets happy when she thinks I'm going to let her
get rid of her.
But no, truly, she has been my dear friend through it all. She's been with me through the worst times and the good times.
So how can we, once again, help you, Charlotte?
Call the number. Call that number on the screen and say... 1-800-633-9906, extension 4. And just say, I'm calling for Charlotte Ottley. I'd like to be screened. And if there are detailed questions you want to ask, you can ask those as well. And, you know, I want to say to people out there who are suffering, one, don't be afraid to open up and ask for help. Don't be disappointed when it doesn't come from the people you think it should come from. And open, because there's someone out there that it could come from. And challenge your doctors. I had many signs For 2 or 3 years, I was sick, and I thought I just had diabetes. And all I needed to lose was some weight, and I'd be fine again. I wasn't on insulin or anything like that. And I don't know whether you remember, I'd have the boot on sometimes when we'd be working, you know, that kind of thing. Yeah. And I discovered there was uric acid spilling over and caused me to have gout. And, you know, in my world, gout was somebody who smoked cigars and had steaks every day.
Yeah, and ate pork all the time.
Exactly. So I didn't relate to that as being deadly in any way at the level that I was. So it wasn't my reality. And in all other ways, it appeared that I was well. Mm-hmm. And I kept working because, you know, when we have an assignment, you push through it.
Sure, you always.
So I want people to love themselves, take themselves more seriously. Don't be so concerned about what other people think. In our profession, if you're down, you lose business. If people perceive you're sick, you lose business. Yeah. So when you are your living and you are in the business of what you do, surviving, it's very difficult to let people see you sweat, to let people see you down without judgment. And so do it anyway. This is what I've learned. Do it anyway.
It took so much heart for you to come here today. Charlotte B.M. Ottley is my guest today, and we go back many, many years. And she's in need of help. We're not afraid to ask for this help. In fact, we insist on this help. We hope that you will generously help Charlotte. We're the New Life Evangelistic Center, 2428 Woodson Road in Overland, Missouri. And this is a new location for the New Life Evangelistic Center. Although the 1411 Locust Street location is still being repaired, still trying to get it reopened. Larry Rice is very tenacious about that event, about that project, and about that goal. But we need your help and support also just to maintain the services that we provide. You know, we're still providing services for those in need of shelter, those in need of clothing, those in need of food, and everything else, transportation. And you can help us through Post Office Box 473, St. Louis, Missouri, 63166. We call it an investment. You're investing in New Life Evangelistic Center. Or online at www.newlifeevangelisticcenter.org. American Express, MasterCard, Visa, Discover Card. Takes less than a minute for that investment. Back with Charlotte Ottley after this.
New Life Evangelistic Center is reaching out to so many people that don't have a home at this time, whether it's in the St. Louis area, the Springfield area with the day center that's there, or the teams of volunteers that are going out every day up and down the streets of the city of St. Louis, offering people direct help, emergency responses to the emergency needs they're in, also long-term solutions through the New Life Evangelistic Center training programs. Bus tickets are provided, other direct assistance is given, all because of those of you that are praying for the work of New Life Evangelistic Center and sharing your tax-deductible gifts now. It's P.O. Box 473, St. Louis, Missouri, that's 63166. Continue to pray for New Life Evangelistic Center as it works around the clock to be there when people are hurting in such a variety of ways through its work. Go to www.newlifeevangelisticcenter.org and see all the different ways that New Life Evangelistic Center is not only helping the hurting and homeless throughout Mid-America, but around the world. All because of those of you that are praying and sharing at this time. Again, it's New Life Evangelistic Center, P.O. Box 473, St. Louis, Missouri, that's 63166, or newlifeevangelisticcenter.org.
We'll return to our guests after this Black History Moment. Today's guest is Rebecca Davis Lee Crumpler. For many years, Dr. Rebecca Cole was considered to be the first black woman physician. However, historical research has shown that the honor rightly belongs to Dr. Rebecca Davis Lee Crumpler, who completed her MD in 1864, 3 years before Dr. Cole. Dr. Crumpler practiced medicine in Boston and specialized in the care of women, children, and the poor. She moved to Richmond, Virginia, in 1865, to minister to free people through the Freedmen's Bureau. Crumpler returned to Boston in 1869, where she practiced from her home in Beacon Hill and dispensed nutritional advice to poor women and children. Dr. Rebecca Lee Crumpler died in 1895, that is in Hyde Park, and was buried in nearby Fairview Cemetery. And though her story was long forgotten, today she's honored for the groundbreaking achievements. Rebecca Davis Lee Crumpler.
Now you can take NLEC TV anywhere as you put the NLEC TV app on your iPhone or mobile device. NLEC TV is the innovative TV station that's on the cutting edge of community service. When you tune in to NLEC TV, you'll discover a television station that has been operated by previously homeless individuals who've received broadcast training through New Life Evangelistic Center's unique on-the-job training program. On NLEC TV, you'll discover wholesome family, community, renewable energy, and inspirational programming. Those needing energy assistance, food, clothing, or freedom from the cycle of homelessness will find that plus much more on NLEC TV. Now, you can receive NLEC TV by going to 24.2 on your television set or putting the NLEC TV app on your iPhone or mobile device. For further information, call 314-436-2424 or go to nlecstl.org. That's nlecstl.org.
Welcome back. My guest is Charlotte Ottley, and we're here actually with a plea for life, a plea for Charlotte's life. So Charlotte, Bob Demler brought a couple questions also, our producer and director, about is there any age limits or what are the criteria for people who may want to donate?
No, it's very interesting because this is equal opportunity. It doesn't matter the age, the ethnicity, it's just good health. Because I'm taking a part of your body that needs to be healthy in mine, and it has to match and it has to integrate. And so they're very, very particular about your health. So that's important, like high blood pressure that's unmanaged, diabetes, other kinds of sustaining illnesses would disqualify you. But you would know that very quickly.
There's a screening process.
There is no same process, same thing. So anyone should at least try. Don't X yourself out. At least make the call. At least let them ask you the questions. And if you don't qualify, somebody around you, they say that we interact with about 200 people a day or in the course of a week. Talk. When they say, well, what have you been up to? Well, I heard a lady who said she needed a kidney. So be my advocate, and an advocate even with your own family. It's a lot of people suffering. They have over, and as we shared before, more than 100,000 people are on the National Kidney Transplant waiting list. We're building programs all over the country, not facilities for dialysis. I mean, they're just popping up every place. That means people are suffering. So my appeal is, of course, for me, but it's even bigger. I think that the response that I'm getting, it's a lot of people that need more information, and you've got to be proactive. No one's going to call you. And that's a reality that I had to deal with, that no one's calling me from the medical profession. No one's calling me in this whole thing. So you have to be proactive in saving your own life and seeking information.
1-800-633-9906, extension 4. And the person answering that phone, they will direct you.
They will conduct you from there.
Okay.
Just say, I'm calling for Charlotte Ottley.
What about the hashtag? We only have about 30 seconds left.
One of my young mentees put that there. That hashtag, Kidney for Charlotte STL, will take you to a page that you learn more about me. But you can Google me and learn more about me. If that matters right now, I'm a woman who needs your help.
Okay. Thank you, Charlotte V. Ottley.
Thank you.
We love you.
The magnificent, wonderful Bernie Hayes.
And you're going to get that help that you need. You're going to get that kidney.
Thank you.
Thank you. And thank you for reviewing us. And thanks, Connie, for bringing you.
Oh.
And we'll see you next time. I'm Bernie Hayes. Have a great day. And continue to support the New Life Evangelistic Center. We're 2428 Woodson Road in Overland, Missouri, 63114. Have a great day.